Hi there, I'm Josh. Welcome to Air Conditioner Lab, where we review a wide range of home appliances and HVAC products to help you find the right brand for your needs. Today, we're diving into my top 5 crawl space dehumidifiers. Whether you've got a cramped, unfinished crawl space or a fully encapsulated one, controlling the humidity in a crawl space can make a huge difference to your home's overall air quality, and even help prevent mold, wood rot, and musty odors. One thing to note before I begin is that dehumidifiers are measured in ppd, or pints per day. This is the maximum amount of moisture that the unit is capable of removing from the air within a 24-hour period. All product models and links are listed in the description below. Here are my top 5 dehumidifiers for crawl spaces. Starting off my list at number 5, I've got the most premium option here, and yes, it comes with a premium price tag, but it's worth every penny if you want whole home results. If you're after the best of the best in crawl space dehumidifiers, the Aprilaire E070 is hard to beat. Priced around $1,700, it's built for more than just the crawl space. This unit can connect directly to your home's HVAC system for full house humidity control. This Aprilaire model is rated for spaces up to 2,200 square feet and pulls about 70 pints of moisture a day, so it's plenty for most homes. It's made in USA, built like a tank, and once it's in place, you can pretty much forget about it. It'll just do its thing in the background. One of the things I really like with this Aprilaire dehumidifier is the built-in pump with a 20-foot drain hose. That might sound like a small detail, but trust me, it makes life a lot easier if you're trying to run the drain line up, over, or around obstacles in a tight crawl space. There are a few different setup packages you can buy for this Aprilaire option, and depending on which you choose, you can get a duct setup, or some even come with a wall-mounted control panel. This means you can tweak your humidity settings without belly crawling under the house. I've had installs where this feature alone was worth it. If you want a dehumidifier that's going to last, tie into your HVAC, and pretty much cover your whole home, this is the one I'd splurge on. Coming in at number 4, if the Aprilaire felt like overkill for your space, the Moistwell Defender is going to make a lot more sense. For smaller crawl spaces with moderate moisture issues, the Moistwell Defender is the one I recommend. It's rated for up to 1,000 square feet, pulls up to 70 pints of water a day, which is plenty for compact areas that don't need a heavy-duty whole home setup. This one isn't ductable, so it works best as a direct placement unit. Moistwell includes a nice long 16.4-foot drain hose, and you can get it with or without an internal pump. Honestly, I just spring for the pump version. It's only about $50 more, and it saves a ton of hassle in awkward spaces where gravity draining just won't work. The adjustable feet on the Defender are another small but thoughtful touch, especially if you're working on uneven ground. No bricks or scrap wood required to keep it level. You get a big LED display on the unit so you can check settings without getting right up on it. I recommend spending about $100 on a compatible wall-mounted remote, as it makes adjustments even easier. It's not the unit for massive jobs, but for a tight space with moderate moisture, the Moistwell Defender is a solid, no-nonsense solution that just works. At number 3, if you like the Moistwell's simplicity but need something that can cover a lot more ground, the Waycar 125 pint is a good option. This is my go-to budget-friendly dehumidifier for larger spaces that also has the option to be ducted. On paper, the Waycar is rated for up to 6,500 square feet and can pull 125 pints of moisture a day, though in real-world use, I find it's best for homes around 4,000 square feet or less, especially if your crawl space isn't sealed. Now, for a unit that usually goes for around $450, the Waycar is a solid deal. It doesn't have a built-in pump, but it handles gravity draining really well, which is what most people need anyway. The compact body makes it easy to maneuver into tighter spaces, and at just 45 decibels, it's one of the quieter high-capacity units I've used. The side touch panel is simple and responsive, paired with a large LED screen showing your current and target humidity. Like the Aprilaire and Moistwell options, there's an optional wall-mounted control panel for about $75, which I think is worth it if you want full control without having to crawl around. Compared to the Moistwell Defender, you're getting a lot more coverage and output for the price, but you do trade off some ease of setup. Still, for bigger spaces on a budget, it's a very practical pick that can be ducted for whole home use. All right, that brings us to the final two spots, and both are from Allure Air, one of my favorite dehumidifier brands. They make some serious reliable units, especially for crawl spaces and heavy-duty storm cleanup. At number 2, I've got the powerhouse of my list, the Allure Air Storm LGR Extreme. If your crawl space has standing water after a heavy rain, or your basement floods on the regular, this is the one you want. It's the most powerful option here, capable of removing up to 180 pints of moisture a day. I've used it in some seriously damp situations where smaller units just couldn't keep up. The Storm LGR Extreme is definitely a taller model at 17.3 inches, so if your crawl space is only the minimum of 18 inches high, it's going to be a very tight squeeze. Also, at nearly 71 pounds, it's not exactly fun to move around, but Allure Air does give you some rugged side handles to make it a little easier. This Allure Air model isn't ductable, and that's intentional. It's meant to sit right where the water is and go to work. The built-in pump and nearly 20-foot drain hose make it perfect for pushing water up and out of those deep, low-lying spaces where it likes to collect. It's also Wi-Fi compatible, which is great for remote monitoring and reduces the need for an additional wall-mounted panel. It's not the dehumidifier I'd recommend for every crawl space, but when you need to move a lot of water fast, the Storm LGR Extreme is one of the best tools for the job. And finally, taking the top spot is my all-time favorite crawl space dehumidifier, the Allure Air Sentinel HD55. Honestly, the Sentinel is the one I reach for more than any other. At just over 13 inches tall, it's compact enough to fit into just about any crawl space, but it still packs enough punch to pull 120 pints of moisture a day. I've used it in some really tight, awkward installs, and it's never let me down. What I love most is how portable it is. With 2 heavy-duty handles on top, it's the easiest unit on my list to carry around. It's built for crawl spaces, but that portability and versatility really set it apart. I actually keep one on my truck year-round and end up using it for all sorts of jobs. Everything from crawl spaces to helping people dry out flooded rooms during hurricane season. Allure Air also backs it with a 5-year warranty, which gives it some serious credibility. Another big plus is that it runs in temperatures as low as 33 degrees Fahrenheit without freezing up, so it's great for cooler climates. Now, the Sentinel doesn't have a built-in pump, but it's excellent at gravity drainage. Just keep in mind that if your drain is more than 6.5 feet away, you'll need a longer hose than the one they provide. At around $600, it's not the cheapest, but for a ductable, crawl space ready unit with this level of build quality and reliability, it's an easy recommendation. If I could only pick one, the Allure Air Sentinel would be it. And there you have it, my top 5 dehumidifiers for crawl spaces. A good crawl space dehumidifier doesn't just protect what's under your home, it can improve the air quality inside it too. This list is a great place to start. If you found this video helpful, please remember to like it and subscribe to this channel. Also, check out the information in the description box below. This includes all product links plus our most up-to-date article on airconditionerlab.com. See you next time.